Hello, 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 hello. Wherever you are, glorious people on our wonderful planet, I sincerely hope you are having a mystifying day, evening, night, wherever you're located. Welcome to my 3D channel. You see the software I'm using is Blender. I'm going to get straight to the point today. My topic for the day is the beginning stages of making floor tiles. Now I said again, the beginning stages of making the floor tiles because using shaders. Now for me, when I'm using shaders, I'm going on my second year using the shaders. Unlike most 3D people, I don't like to make something large and show you a bunch of different shaders. I like to show you how different shaders work piecemeal, one at a time. So let's jump right in. Now, I discovered something today when I was thinking there, people, about making floor tiles. I discovered something. When it comes to an inside surface, in the modern world. I live in the United States, so I can't say for the people who live in the woods and all that stuff. But I'm saying for a modern society, when we come into a home, the floor is usually made out of three substances. Number one, it can be made out of tiles. That's what I'm going to cover today. Number two, the floor can be made out of wood substances. Wood. And number three, it can be made out of like a marble or a brick-like substance. When I was thinking in my car about floors here in the United States, is made of three substances: tile, wood, and marble. And a tile can basically cover all the other two, because a tile can be made out of, it can have wood substance in it. A tile can have marble substances. So I guess the main step to be able to know how to do is make tiles. So today I said I'm just going to go over the beginning stages of making a tile with a couple simple nodes, because I don't like to overload nobody. I definitely don't like doing that. So let me jump into my shader. Here I have my little tile thing right here. Let me get rid of this. I'm going to put it on Z so we can get a close-up look on it. I'm going to give it a new substance. As always, you got our main two, principal BSDF, and the material output. I like to always put those on the side. And then next, I just like to add, for my personal preference, I just like to add the texture coordinate node. You don't have to add it. You don't have to add it all the time, but I just like to add it. And since I'm done on for two-dimensional surface, I always like to put it on UV. That's my favorite. That's my preference. Okay. Now, like I said, the beginning stages. So this is not going to be no long video either. The beginning of the stages for making a tile, we need two things. Let me put it up here. Two things. I put it up here. Let me go to this top right here. We need two things. We need, vector math nodes. Vector math nodes. And from those math nodes, we need two things. We need scale. That's straightforward. We all know what scale means. Scale, you increase or decrease the size. That's the scale. And we need something called fraction. These two things, as far as I know, because I say I'm on year 2, these two, they have like a symbiotic relationship. In my learning of them now, they go together. They go together. So let's do that. So first, we're coming down here to the shader part. Let's choose add, or you can hit Shift A. I hit Shift A for now. I want to go to a converter. I'm going to choose vector math. Click. I'm going to choose it to the first option up there. I'm going to choose it to scale. Up at the top, scale. Without the math node or any other node, watch. Scale does absolutely nothing. See? Well, it does something that's, just turn it black. Black or white or that particular color. I'll put it back to 0, which it was on, I think. Or was it on 1? I'll leave it at 1. Alright, my next one. I'm going to hit Shift D. Shift D. Move it over. Then I'm going to put my fraction node. I'm going to turn this off. Turn it off. Hit M. I'm going to choose fraction. You always got to look for it. Here it is right here, fraction. In fraction, you see it has no inputs, no output. It's just there. So fraction, it's just there. But it's working. It's going to change it to a fraction. So I guess I can change this on now. And watch up here. Let me get rid of all this stuff. I'm going to zoom in some a little bit more so we can see better. Zoom in a little bit more. Drag it up. Alright, so bring it down slightly. Okay, so we got the whole thing on the screen. Now I'm just going to change the scale. And this the beginning part of dealing with making those floor tiles. That's all I'm going to do, the beginning page. I'm going to keep adding more and more to it each day. So I'm just going to put 2. You see right there? 2 sections. Going horizontal. Horizontal that way. This is number 1. Going horizontal. This number 2. Vertical. Still 2 sections. Going vertical. Still 2 sections. And when you use an even whole number, you see everything is consistent and consistent. What I mean by that, if I type in 2.5, you're going to see it's going to have a little bit to the edges of it. Well, it's going to look a little bit distorted. 2 5/10. You see it up here at the top part. So this is what you get when you put a decimal number here. That little part that's not consistent up there. That's what you get. So it's best. So if you want consistent floor tiles, people, use whole numbers. I'm gonna change it to 4. You see it. Every tile is consistent. You see it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 horizontal. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now you know it's multiple. But this the beginning stages of using to making your tiles. And you know, for the most part, when you go into a house, well, most houses they either have wood or tiles. Yeah, but for the most part, when you go into the kitchen, wood or tiles. So many houses don't have marble unless you got a lot of money. When you got money, they have marble floors. But the average American house, European house, like just have a wooden floor or tile floor. But we see right there what the scale does and the fraction. The fraction is powerful, but it don't do nothing. It just makes sure it's going to be a fraction. So I'm going to turn the fraction off. You see what happened. And I did that earlier. Scale doesn't mean nothing without fraction. Scale needs fraction. I turn it back on. And you see I have 4.4. And you see how ugly this top part is. So that's it, my good people, about the step 1 on making your floor tiles. So as for me, as you see, people, I learned those one by one. And that's how you do it. Because you see what most people do them nodes. Them nodes all over the place. It's hard. But you got to take it one by one, step by steps. And like me, as you see, I'm getting better and better. And as you get better and better. Like I said, before I go, coming down here to scale, make it a whole number, such as 9. Then your tiles look wonderful. Thank you for stopping by. To the new people, I always say, keep pushing, keep striving. You will get better and you will get stronger. To the next time in the family, 3D family, peace.